Ladies and gentlemen, we have done the analysis for you. We've looked at interest rates. We've charted them for over 20 years. And we've looked at the investment cycle for buying a property. And people are constantly asking us at the moment, do we buy now? Do we wait? We're going to help you with some great information. Stay tuned.
Good morning.
Billy Bob.
Returns.
Where have you been? Where have you been?
Somewhere, I've really missed you, Mark. I really missed Morning Minutes. I've been away for
Where
a
have
while
you?
on the adventures, been doing a bit of travel, a bit of family visiting. But you know what? I came back and I realized that Morning Minutes is almost like a bit of a ritual. It gets the week going, and without it, you just don't operate the same.
Well, you almost had it stolen away from you. There was a fight over Morning Minutes.
It's true. And it got very, very close to putting it on a poll to the viewers of Morning Minutes who they wanted to see more on a Monday and Tuesday. Would it be me or Michael Sillage? And I said, if Michael wins the vote, then I'll lay down my sword. He's the winner. But yeah, he was going to try and take it away.
It was lucky he didn't go up against you, I reckon.
I was gonna drop Luke a special line saying, "Get behind me! I need this win."
Well, so anyone who doesn't know, Michael Sillage was standing in while Billy was away, and Michael Sillage never wanted to do Morning Minutes. Now he likes it.
That's it.
He finds it changed. So very quickly, where did you go? How long were you away for? And how do you do it when you just bought a property?
6 weeks out, got to Europe, came back through Thailand on the way home for a couple of days. I think the trick to buying property and traveling at the same time is buy the property first, and then try and save for a bit of travel. And then annual leave is great. So if you can get yourself into a job where you're working full time, with good people, there's no advantage to really being casual. That helped a lot. That's a good trick for any young person. Just commit to a full time job, and that pays huge dividends. After a year.
Have your cake and eat it too, you reckon?
Yeah. But no, that was the first little holiday in a little while, so it was nice.
You're good with your money though. You can prioritize it, and at your age, what you've done is pretty incredible, and it's a good message out there to anyone who's 18, got a kid, works with a kid, is a kid, getting to 18, getting to the age of 18 to 19, all that you can accomplish in such a short time. You did good.
Yeah, thanks, Mum. And all the free meals are helping.
Yeah. And no babies overseas? You haven't heard of anything?
Not yet. Give it 9 months, but not yet.
That's good. So this morning, welcome back in, Billy. This morning, good morning, everyone. Beautiful day up there. We're talking about the fatality of interest rates at the moment. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Luke. Interest rates at the moment, looking back historically, I think we clawed all the way back to 1993 from memory. And we looked at that chart, and we looked at, on that investment cycle, where's a great time to get into a property and a great time not to get into property. And it's the word on everyone's lips at the moment. What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do you reckon, Bill?
Yeah, well, we've got an awesome little infographic, I think they call them. It's a great time to be buying, and we're going to show you why. But I love these, where the facts do the talking, and you don't have to listen to us ramble on, and you can digest this slowly at your own speed. So can we share screen?
Share screen.
Awesome. Cool.
I haven't been able to do this the last 6 weeks.
It's true. Michael Silish doesn't have this in the toolbox.
Nah.
Love him, but he doesn't have it in the toolbox. Is it a good time to buy an investment property right now? So we're looking at, is the interest rate really high? There's been so much talk about it. I think since I've been away, Mark, has everyone come to terms with what interest rates have done and where they're going now? Or are we still talking about it?
Still talking about it.
Still talking
It's
about
still
it.
a topic. It's still a big topic.
It is. It's still a big topic. It's definitely at the front of everyone's minds. Cost of living, interest rates. But a property bought in 2006 for $245,000 is today worth $480,000. The deal not done was lost opportunity, $235,000. So I'm going to zoom in a bit just so we can. Oh, sorry.
And I think also, these are little numbers like 200 grand. Where can you buy a property for 200 grand, 400 grand? Where's the property worth 400 grand? But we're sort of not far off at the moment. And it did feel when that human bought that property in 2006, they did feel that was a hell of a lot of money. And that was purchased in this example in a rising interest rate environment. That's the key. Yes.
Yep. I mean, even one of your first properties, what were you paying in interest? Because, this graph goes back to 1993, starting at 14%. I just can't imagine a world paying 14% or more.
You know what I think is? Where's 1996 on that graph? That's where my first property was.
Just about here. So it'd come down a little bit.
Yeah, right. Nailed it. And then it went up. Got smashed.
So similar. You were in a similar boat. Did you fix your interest rate at the time? Or did it go up as soon as you sort of bought it?
I didn't fix my interest rate at all. It just went up and up and up, and I worked harder and harder and harder. In that environment. It is interesting. 1993, we got almost 30 years of the rates at the moment, and people are squealing, people are whinging, people are looking at where we are now, which is right at the end of the graph. Yeah, there's Jeff saying any time's a good time, but people are saying, like, you know what, it's it feels yuck. That curve in the last 6 months. Not even a curve, it's just like a straight up line.
Yes.
You can see is there. Rates don't just stay level for all the time. They use rates to leverage or regulate different parts of the market, the economy, the cycle that we're in. So you're out there at the moment, Billy. You're thinking about buying a property. There's not a lot of investors out there. A lot of investors sold their assets. Rents are looking very sexy at the moment. Rents are actually looking so sexy that I reckon over the next 1 to 3 years, we could see 50% growth in rent, which hopefully would be more than enough to cover interest rates.
Yeah, I think the amount of property that's not exactly paying for itself, negatively geared, has definitely gone up. But yeah, the rents are catching up, and we've done a separate episode on how quickly properties are being rented at the moment, sort of record speeds. There's a huge demand, massive. People are looking, maybe short term, and there's there seems to be a few people that agree with that.
And if anyone today's got any questions about what we're talking about, throw them out there as well during or after the show. So, Billy, are you going to buy another investment? Are you going to buy another property now?
Not quite today now, but hopefully soon. Yeah, absolutely. It's on the list.
What's holding you back?
Not so much cash flow, just saving up again now. Just savings.
And
Slowly
how's
wash.
the interest rate? When you look at these rates here, when did you get in?
So I jumped in September 2021, started at sort of 2.7%, I think it was. Now I'm up to about 4 point something. So it's almost doubled. No, yeah, maybe a little bit less than doubled. Hasn't really put me off from buying another property though. I'm not going to lie. It's definitely made you kind of work a bit harder, be a bit savvier with your money to hold on to the existing property. But it's definitely not put me off from buying another one.
Did you do principal and interest or interest only?
No, I've done principal and interest, and I didn't fix it, so it's on variable.
Got it.
Yeah. A world where you pay 14% interest, that scares me a little bit. Do you think we could ever get back to that?
If we do go back to that, it would be for, it's normally everyone, how do I put this really, this is a really delicate answer. It's normally because we have to. When you go back to those rates of 1993, that was a recession. And the government was donning the term at the time, the recession we had to have. And what they meant by that was it just couldn't go on. The eating cake and those massive, like, the property values doubled and even a little bit more in a very, very short time. Some people were trading in and out of their properties after 6 months. They'd made so much money. 9 months, they'd made so much money. I think it was my sister at the time, got out of a unit and got into a house just because she built in so much equity so quickly.
Yeah.
So it's sort of, if it does happen, it's normally because there's a bit of fat around there that the government can trim out, and they sort of figure people can afford it a little bit. So there's a comforting thing there, Billy, that I just know that everyone's in it together. When these rates move around up or down, if they're going down, it's dire straits. It's a GF global financial crisis. It's really bad times. So I think you got to choose when you're reading the market is, do you want to be in a market where it's actually good times and the interest rates are going up and the government feels that we can support that and pay that and hold that, or do you want to be in a market with complete uncertainty and the economy shitting itself? And then they're going, hang on a sec, we need to put rates down and get the economy back on its feet. So anytime you're reading this chart here, the Reserve bankers use these rates. It just hasn't happened. It's been at the hand of the government and the Reserve Bank putting these rates up and down. And the reason they put these rates up and down is for economic uncertainty or certainty. So look, I'm not an economist, and I'm just a guy on the street in real estate. I'm not and not in that money market or that money sector, but I can certainly say from what I've viewed and the people that I meet and talk to every day over this night from 1993 onwards, that's what they say, and that's how it happens. So someone's probably got a better technical way to explain it, but at the end of the day, I like interest rates going up because there's a little bit of certainty. The government, that the market will support that, and every time the interest rate's gone down, the people have been shitting themselves.
Interesting analysis. I've got another question for you. When obviously it's only ever hit sort of zero once, were you more nervous when it hit zero than when it was at the top?
Yeah. That zero, when that cash rate was so low, and you even heard some economies that were going below zero, it was just such uncharted waters. It was really, for me, I was thinking, man, what's next? They got no levers to pull. There's no fat there. Like, we are stuffed. So, yeah.
Okay, there you go. So, your favorite kind of, well, not favorite, but where do you think the kind of, where do you think it sits comfortable for everyone? Everyone's kind of winning. Numbers
That's
wise.
the graph. That's
Okay.
the graph. That's the answer. So draw a line straight through the center of that graph, and that's your beats per minute for a heart.
So I would say, you're kind of sitting somewhere along here then. So it's still, maybe still got a little bit more to go, but at least we're not, right down the bottom where it's unhealthy.
Sorry, where's here? I can't see it. Sorry.
Would you say closer to 6%, 5-6%?
Yeah, I think what's that just below that blue arrow? What's that? That arrow's at 6, is it?
That's bang on 6.
Yeah, look, I think on average, if you take that low and you take that high, probably a bit below, probably more around sort of 4, 5.
Yep.
I think.
So maybe a little bit more to go.
5. Yeah, I think last 30 years, take an average of all of that, and that's a sound economy. Can we just move over to the right part of that graph?
Yep.
People just see what's on the surface. This is the bottom line. Are interest rates really high, or have we got short-term memories? And if you bought a property for $245, it would be worth $480 today. $235. Hey, this graph's, by the way, care of Wayne Hughes from Ultimate Agency, very good business coach, first in the country. But Billy, when you see this, like you've bought a property a little bit more in value than this, but I guess the bottom line is that when I look at that price and how that property's performed, it's probably a bit of a average performer, but that's just taking a ruler across all of Australia and adding the medium growth. But that's a lot of money in someone's coffers. If $235,000, and you could literally opt just not to compete and not to buy an investment property, and you would not have that in your pocket for retirement or at any time in your life.
And when you're looking at some of these statistics, I love an average. Average is good because it, kind of shows what normal looks like. You don't have to do anything special. This is just what a little bit of investment looks like in property over a long period of time. So absolutely, I think it's exciting.
Before we go, any other comments we have to go through?
Not yet. Jeff, I will certainly give you a buzz. And that goes for anyone else. I'm sure Jeff's more than happy to help. It's great. First time buyer schemes come in. If you've got any questions regarding that, we're happy to help. It was interesting talking to a lot of people over the weekend. It sounds like most people will be opting into that, which is going to allow them to get into a property faster and hopefully with a little bit of less upfront cost, which is great. I think that's great.
No, it's huge. Hey, by the way, before we go, when you're overseas, what was people's outlook on the property market in Sydney? Because they would have said, "Oh, you're a real estate agent." Oh, tell me.
I've got some. You're not going to like the answer to this, but I didn't talk about it once. I told them I was a real estate agent, but they didn't ask any questions.
Sounds like a good holiday.
I think they just don't like. They're like, "Oh yeah, okay," and then we move on to something else. Yeah, people don't talk about it.
Many Aussies there?
Too many. Maybe that was the problem. Yeah. No, it was good though. Very good. I went undercover, as Lisa said. Yeah.
Legend. Thank you
Thanks
for today.
It's so good to be back on tomorrow.
And if anyone wants a copy of what we've just produced on those the historic since 1993 on rates, let us know. We can flick them over. And have a great week. Look at this Monday morning; it's perfect.
So good, so good, so good, so good. Thanks, Luke.
See you guys.